r/askreddit. What is a dead giveaway someone is not to be fucked with? Hands. You look at the hands. If the knuckles are all chewed up on a big set of meat hooks, that dude has punched quite a few things and people. Also, never fight stupid people. They don't know when to stop. These motherfuckers will just keep pounding your face until it's mush. Never fuck with the small bouncer. The big guys got hired because they're big and intimidating. The little guy got hired because he'll fuck you up. Dude I used to work with who was absolutely massive got decked once on a night out, unprovoked. He simply looked at the dude, smiled a wide genuine grin and said, "Why would you do that, man?" The guy who hit him did not try for a second punch. There's just a way that some people carry themselves. As a tiny nerd in 8th grade, I accidentally became friends with a 7th grader from a very rough background. That was the moment I stopped being bullied, and my buddy genuinely never did a thing. I knew he was involved in some horrific violence, but in the time we spent together, he never lifted a finger. Basically, the moment he turned to the offending person and assumed /that/ posture and /that/ stare, the argument was over. So I remembered that forever, and now whenever I see people carry themselves like that, I assume they're hardcore. When they try to defuse the situation instead of talking shit. If you can't tell by looking, it's best not to fuck with anyone. Went to college with a guy named Dave. Real quiet dude, didn't contribute much, but he just had this air of "don't mess with me" about him. Helped that he was over 6 feet and built like the proverbial brick shit house. He was an older student, trying to get into IT and a total beginner, so I'd occasionally help him with his coursework. If I'm honest, I was terrified of the guy, but he was always super polite to me. I was about 17 at the time and 150 pounds soaking wet. One day, couple of other kids randomly decided it'd be fun to push me around. A shadow appeared between us. "Don't mess with him, I like him." They scattered. "You alright, mate?" "Thanks, Dave. Hope whatever you're up to now you're still being an intimidating gentle giant." They are bald and in a suit. It's kind of a cliche, but in my experience, guys who freak out screaming, stomping around, and trying to be intimidating aren't the ones you need to worry about, unless you're in a relationship with them, in which case, leave. The ones you have to watch out for are the quiet, secure, unbothered ones. If you successfully piss them off, run. Run fast. Quiet people that are not quick to anger. Do not try to piss them off. Usually these people will bottle up anger. Once they burst out in anger, it will not be pretty. 1,000 yard/disassociated stare. Especially when in a confrontation. That person is not all there, and when they go, they will go. Usually quiet, calm when confronted. The phrase "the loudest one in the room is the one who is scared the most" is usually true. Those quiet people have a lot bottled up. They've been through it all in life. Don't be the one to open it up. They're in the Wu-Tang Clan. When you talk to one about their trauma and they talk about it like it's a normal, everyday occurrence, probably means they have been fucked up and have way more willpower. They're played by Danny Trejo. The biggest giveaway for me has always been someone looking around in a situation where they are about to have to fight. A person in their face yelling or posturing at them, and they aren't looking at that person at all, but are instead looking over them or around past them. And #X200B. That is someone who is about to fuck another person up. If you are ever mad at someone, or shouting at someone, and they start looking past you, behind you, or to the sides, you are about to get fucked up. When one has nothing to lose. Anyone with a bunch of adult cousins who they regularly hang out with. Sword arms. If their arms are swords. Maybe gun arms too. People who remain calm in the face of death. Actual rednecks/cowboys, they're generally pretty damn strong from doing manual labor, and anyone who rides a 3/4 ton animal that's just had its balls pulled into a knot is not going to go down easy. Watch out for the quiet older gentleman who is too old to fight. He'll likely whip out a .45 and finish the confrontation. They don't chat shit. They just turn on the violence like a switch. No escalation, just maximum violence straight away. Those are the people to watch out for. The ones that talk about what they are going to do to you are just Muppets. Nothing. There is no catch-all. This is a person too dangerous for you. Some people look tough but are essentially gentle giants and will prefer to talk you down. Other people look like nothing at all and will slit your throat if you look at them crosswise. Best advice, don't go out of your way to fuck with people, but don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and stand your ground too. They are holding a machete and a decapitated head. Bald dude in a white beater, undershirt tank top, baggy jean shorts, and a pair of boots with no socks on. Spent a large chunk of my teenage years in juvenile correctional facilities and getting into stupid shit. Between age 14 to 20 I had been in more fist fights than some UFC fighters, quantity not quality. I have nerve damage in my hands and they get stiffer and clumsier as I get older, had to pick up painting miniatures to keep fine motor control. I have tattoos to cover the scars at work, IT job. With that I have learned. 1. Loud guys are soft guys. They want to be loved and accepted, but start shit out of fear they'll be rejected or as a reaction to rejection. 2. Cauliflower ear. They probably know what they're doing. Avoid unless you're a seasoned fighter or also know what you're doing. 3. Smart guys. They might not be the fastest or strongest, but they've learned the kinetics of fighting, momentum, balance, and gravity. One kid kept a hand towel near him at all times and used it in a fight and almost killed another kid once, caught his arm when he swung, wrapped, twisted, and flung him into a toilet and gave him a concussion. 4. Guys that walk slow and never broke eye contact. They weren't afraid of anything and more often than not had a high pain tolerance. Usually pretty quiet. 5. Bulky/muscular guys aren't always good fighters. But if they caught you lacking, it was lights out. Most importantly though, I learned you don't fuck with anybody. The wiry funny guy always cracking jokes could be the one take you out of your shoes. And some people can just snap. The guy that gets fucked with can be the one that pops and that adrenaline rush gave the burst of strength to suplex you into a concrete bench. Be kind to everyone until you're forced to not be so kind. When confronted he has a death stare, poker face. Whatever Alan Richson in Reacher does okay hand. Why even risk it, you never know. The two first knuckles are big and look like they've hit things their whole life. I think this is a pretty good one that a lot of people don't look for. When they tell you they are an alpha male, just back away, point and laugh, cause they won't do shit. When shit is kicking off they're usually the quiet ones with the intense stares that have already turned the situation into a chess match in their heads. Just don't fuck with anyone and you will be fine. You don't want to do this said in a calm tone guarantees the instigating party is getting deftly dropped if they take a swing. Their wallet has bad motherfucker worked into the leather. I'm a big dude and weirdly scared of men with man buns. They obviously don't give two fucks. Build like a brick shit house. Pretty much any woman on a construction site. An older black man that wears a cowboy hat. You find them eating another person.